After a rousing rally from 10 back late in the third quarter on a 7-point win over Memphis last night at home, the Thunder on the Riverwalk in San Antonio today. They take on the Spurs tonight at the AT&T Center. And Grant, this is going to be a case of the irresistible force meeting the immovable object, so to speak, because the Thunder, a league best 9-3 on the road, the Spurs 12-1 at home. That's the best in the NBA. What gives tonight?
You know what? It's a perfect time to be playing the San Antonio Spurs if you're the Oklahoma City Thunder. You're playing some good basketball, continuity in your offense. Guys that are scoring are the guys that are supposed to be scoring. And last night's ball game from Kevin Durant, what a spectacular finish from him. It's a perfect time to be playing the Spurs.
Now, there is an intangible element going into this game. Not just that the Spurs were beaten in Oklahoma City rather soundly by a dozen back on January 8th, but on the horizon for them looms a 9-game road trip. The rodeo's coming to town. Every time that occurs, they hit the road for a while. This is a franchise-long road trip beckoning. How might that influence their motivation tonight?
Well, I think with any team playing at home, you always want to take care of your home court first, and I think the Spurs are no exception to that. They play very well at home, as you mentioned, and they're going to try to continue to do that before they get out on this long road trip. So be prepared for the Spurs to come out and really attack the glass and play their inside-out basketball.
Yeah, they're fueled by Tim Duncan, who's playing really well right now. Tony Parker is having a borderline all-star season as well, but they've got an array of three-point threats as well. How does that stress a defense, Grant, from that perspective?
Well, what they try to do is get Tim Duncan, get you defensively to try and double-team Tim Duncan. If you have to do that, then that's going to open up a lot of the outside shooting. So for the Thunder, they've done a good job all season long of being able to single cover the low post area, so they should be able to get out to these three-point shooters tonight.
Their ability to cover the low post area materialized after a game, ironically, in San Antonio a season ago. Kendrick Perkins came from Boston in a trade the day after a loss to the Spurs at the buzzer, Nazr Muhammad as well. Will they be able to latch on to Duncan and Blair and Thiago Splitter tonight effectively inside with one-on-one coverage?
Lots of activity defensively from the Thunder bigs. Like tonight, Serge Ibaka will have to be able to communicate, protect the basket, along with Perkins. Nick Collison will play a vital role as well. Nazr Muhammad, who's coming off the bench, will play a big role in tonight's game because they all have to be in there and protect the paint, rebound the basketball to combat what the Spurs are going to do inside.
The Thunder playing the second game in as many nights. They've been very good the second night of back-to-backs with a 5-1 record. They're looking for their second straight against the Spurs head-to-head in their only trip to San Antonio this season. You can continue on thunder.nba.com for more coverage of tonight's matchup. Also, you can catch it on Fox Sports Oklahoma with Grant and Brian Davis along with Kelly Kroll. I'll have the call on the radio side, WWLS, a sports animal.